What's up, guys? So, I made this video and I put it together over a couple days or whatever, which is why I get mixed up all the time because I work on 10 things at once. But, I made this video and it's about looking at what's happening today in like the world financially, politically, socially, all those things, and then trying to connect it and see what's going to happen. So rather than just read all of that, I'm just gonna give you like an outline and then get on to something else. It's from the World Economic Forum. It's interesting. So what I have though is first it's a little bit about the battle that we face as an individual inside with our thoughts and our habits, and basically taking control of those things is going to be really important, because if you can't control yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions, then when all this shit storm rolls in, you'll just be that much worse off. And then the more important, well, the less important battle is it has to do with global affairs, right? And Roman social philosophy. And you aren't allowed to be what you want to be. You have to be what others need you to be, right? You lose your individuality for the sake of the community. That's what they're getting at. We know that the Pope, the Vatican, the Church has multiple roles in this, and every time that the Church gets into control, shit goes bad. That's literally what the Dark Ages were. The Church had all the knowledge and didn't share, and it was Dark Ages until the Protestants came along and took that information and went their own way, which was the Puritans, and America was discovered, and America's a Puritan nation. The Vatican, the Roman Catholic Roman Empire, is a grifter, right? It's like a chameleon. If the population says climate change is an issue, then the Pope says climate change is an issue, just to get the support and keep this charade up. Also, in Philadelphia, there was a shooting. I'm sorry. In Philadelphia, there was a curfew, and then they got on the news and said because of the curfew, there was a lot of shootings, right? Which makes no sense. And then I got an article in here from Cincinnati, where Cincinnati said because there was a 10 o'clock curfew, shooting crimes went up, which again makes no sense, but this is the agenda they're using. More evidence, blah. So they use COVID-19 as an excuse to implement curfews, and then they throw gun control in there just to get a little gun control in, right? And my whole point is, if you aren't a part of this Fratelli Tutti, the universal brotherhood from the Pope, then you're in a bad spot with me, because there's no way in hell am I going to be a part of that. It's going to be the church is in control, the governments nationally, on a state level, and citywide, like locally. They will all be enforcing these codes, possibly like to some pretty severe extents. Right now, it's just like they did it pretend. I say right now, it's actually like my right now, which is the now that everybody else gave up when Corona came. Like circuit court and district court, they used to play their little games and shit, but now shit's getting real. So what I'm getting at here is this, it's an article from the World Economic Forum. As Brexit and Donald Trump's victories show, predicting even the immediate future is no easy feat. How will we organize our cities in the future? Where will we get our power? What will we eat? What it means to be a refugee. That was hilarious when I read that. We asked experts from the Global Futures Council, their take on the world in 2030. So here it is, right? This is the plan by 2030. All products will have become services. They're quoted as saying, "You will own nothing and you will like it." That's where we'll be in 10 years. Man, I'm so sorry I had kids. This shit ain't. All products will become services. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own any appliances or clothes, which is kind of true now because your deed to your house and your car isn't really yours. Shopping is a distant memory. People have cracked clean energy. That's wishful. And borrow what they need on demand. It sounds utopian. Every time that man says we can build paradise, tragedy comes. Every time. Number 2, there is a global price on carbon. Dig this. China took the lead in 2017 with a market for trading the right to emit a ton of CO2. How in the hell do you have the right to destroy the earth? Stupid shit. Number 3. This is something that I was just mentioning. A big thing that they want to do is get rid of American exceptionalism. U.S. dominance is over. We have a handful of global nations. Nation states will have staged a comeback. Instead of a single force, a handful of countries, U.S., Russia, China, Germany, India, and Japan, show semi-imperial tendencies. However, at the same time, the role of the state is threatened by trends including the rise of cities and the spread of online identities. Number 4, farewell hospital, hello homespital. I shouldn't have to explain that. I think you can get it. Technology will have further disrupted disease, blah blah. This is from a World Bank advisor. Of course it is. It always is. The hospital is gone. I want to say, if you have nanobots in your body that fix any damage done to you, right? And let's say you got in a wreck and your car caught on fire and you sat there burning, but every time that you burned, the particles just fixed your skin. Wouldn't that be? That's a fucking nightmare. It's possible though. That's what they're getting at. Number 5, we eat less meat. I mean, I'm not against that. Number 6, this is important. Today's Syrian refugees, 2030's CEOs. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even going to bother with that. Number 7, this is the values that built the West will have been tested to breaking point. You're not going to break my values, bro. I got morals and I don't exchange them for anything. We forget the checks and balances that bolster our democracies at our peril, which is very true. And that's what's going to happen. People are going to be tested to the limits. Number 8, by 2030, this is funny, we'll be ready to move humans toward the red planet. Why? Why bother? Oh, I'm sorry. There was just 8. But you see how fucking hilarious that is? Now, tell me something. If you go and you look at the UN Agenda 2030, which was 2020, but now it's 2030. That line up pretty well? I think that lines up pretty well. Let me click this real quick. Sorry. I was just trying to find that quote that says, you will own nothing and you will like it. Yeah, okay. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm not even going to bother. We're at a good time here. There's no reason to keep getting into it. I'll just do a whole video on it some other time. But if you go to these people, the World Economic Forum, the UN, and all of these groups, right? Read their fucking literature and you will see some absurd shit. Here's one, right? and there's two people that have three people have said this. They said when the population reaches 9 billion, right, it climbs and climbs and climbs over time. But when it reaches 9 billion, it's a sudden drop off. And this has apparently happened repeatedly throughout history. What's the population at right now? About 8.5 billion. So that should tell you what's coming. And the three people, damn it, I can't remember that third one. The first was Jordan Peterson and Jordy. Do you know who Jordy Rose is? He makes the quantum computers. That guy is loopy, and did you the speech thing he did, which I'm not entirely sure that it's true, because I have a firm philosophy on videos online. I absolutely do not believe it until I see it, because in 2016 they said there's deep fake technology, they can fake videos, right? And I can kind of tell when a video is fake. I do it all the time, because there's a lot more than I'd want to really accept. But quantum computers and AI, and then the church in power, yeah, bro, that smells like a disaster to me. But go read the literature. The Vatican, UN, World Economic Forum, CDC, all up. Read them all just to see what they do. Like Thomas Jefferson used to have a copy of the Quran. And when asked why, he said, "So I can study the enemy's playbook." That's what you should do. Spend some time studying their playbook, because the thing is, they know a lot. It's just what they do with it that makes the difference. They use it for control. You can take that same information and use it to free people. That's what I do. I read all their literature, and then I get on YouTube and share it. My light went off. But that's it, guys. I love you. Peace.